Hi, I'm Ryan with CNR Gaming, and today happens to be my 40th birthday. And as a present, my family, my aunts, my daughters, my wife, my mom, all got involved, cousins, and helped purchase me a arcade 1-up system. This one happens to be the Capcom Street Fighter one. I've really wanted this one for a while, but my lovely wife blocked me from being able to purchase it, knowing that eventually I was going to get it for my birthday. My aunt also provided me a little bit of money to go out and find me one of the risers. So really excited to get this put together. I have been playing some Street Fighter lately at the local arcade that opened up, the free play one, and so I've got to play Street Fighter 2 quite a bit, so with friends. So I'll be able to actually give a pretty decent review on this, just because it's all fresh on my mind. This one happens to have Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, Street Fighter 2 The New Challengers, and the very difficult, I've always felt it very difficult, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Street Fighter is one of my favorite arcade games. I think it's basically about the perfect fighter to me. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get this put together and get back and give you a nice little review on it. So looking forward to it. Should take me about an hour or so to put this together. Everything I've seen about it says it's like putting together IKEA furniture. So let's actually see if it does take me about an hour to put it together. So I'll hopefully be right back soon with either an update or a finished product. Alright, so an hour and 10 minutes later, we have finished putting the arcade 1-up together. It wasn't too bad. Me and my wife took our time doing it, so we weren't really rushing. But we have C here from CNR Gaming, and we have silent partner S. She is also here. She is Savannah, my other daughter. They are honorary members of putting this together today. But back to the arcade. I want you to be able to see how tall it is compared to me. I'm 5'10", and down here we have the pedestal that goes on the riser. And we're going to put that on next so then you can see the difference. But I wanted to stop real quick before we put that on so you guys get the size differential between when it's on the riser and when it's not. I also want to show you a couple little things with shipping. I do not believe it was shipped this way, but it looks like we got a couple little scratches on the side here, right here, and right here on the logo, unfortunately. We probably can do a little touch up there and get those fixed, but this material is going to be prone to scratching just a little bit, and that's not the end of the world. Everything else seems to be pretty good. The other side looks pretty good, so I didn't see anything major there with scratches. So it looks pretty good overall. We have yet to turn it on, so we're gonna now go ahead and put it on the riser, and so you guys can see there, and then I'll probably test it out for a little bit, and then we will get some gameplay footage for you. Awesome. Be back in a sec. All right, we're back. It's been about 2 days since we finished putting it together. I wanted to give it enough time to where I was able to get some good play time on it so that I could give you guys some feedback on it. First though, this is what the cabinet looks like on the riser. I'm 5'11", right around 5'11", so you can see how tall it is in regards to my size, so that you can see how for you. I particularly really enjoy this to be on the riser. Like, it's just too short for me without it. You would have to sit down in a chair to be able to play it. But if you come over here, I will go ahead and show you guys a couple of little small things to notice. While it's booting up here, you guys can see. You got an off-on switch. You got 3 different levels of volume. So you got off, medium, and high. Kind of keep it on medium because one good thing is the speaker is quite loud. Like, it does sound pretty good. Small little thing for people that are completely OCD about it. This color of the control panel, of the bezel area here around, and the marquee here are all slightly different colored. For me, I don't really care. It doesn't bother me because it's not that noticeable. But if you are someone that really picky, that might be something that will bother you. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump in here. So you have Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 The New Challengers, and Street Fighter 2 Turbo. One thing that I've noticed with the system is that, and I did some research because I noticed this during the gameplay, that with the sound, Street Fighter II Champion Edition, when it was created in the arcades, it's actually mono sound. These other two were surround sound areas because they have multiple speakers inside the original cabinet. So when you're playing those games, certain players actually certain sounds don't come up during the game, which when I get to those games, I'll show you. So to start the game, you press the jab button on the game, and then you press the player 1 button. So this comes up, and if you're in the arcades from back in the day, you know that this is actually the what you look forward to seeing when you got there. So this is exciting, and I'm glad they got this on there. The sound sounds really good for me. I'm really impressed by that. The screen, it actually, if you take a step back, it actually looks a little bit better. If you're right up on it, you can see a little bit more pixelated, but I feel it looks a little bit better if you're just standing back. So we'll just get a little bit of quick gameplay. I'll cheese it up with Bison. Play one round. As far as the controls go, it takes a little bit of getting used to. The buttons feel pretty responsive, a little bit cheesy, but it's playing at the same time here and talking. Not perfected it, but you can see right there I missed my move. I missed the Tornado Thunder there. To restart the game and to go back to the game, you would hold down the one player button for about 5 seconds, and it will take you back to the screen here to where you can choose the games. I feel that the buttons here, they do feel a little bit plasticky, don't get me wrong, but overall they're very responsive. I press it, it works very well. The joystick, it does, like I said, it does take some time to get used to. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's not as precise. I have missed a couple moves because of that, so it's not always consistent. I found that playing this Ryu especially is a little bit more difficult, just because of the feel of it. But you're paying for a $300 arcade cabinet instead of a $1,200 arcade cabinet, and if someone's really that serious about it, you could probably just order and replace these. I'm not tech savvy like that to be able to go through and do that, but that is my recommendation. If you go here to the Street Fighter II, the new challengers, let's see if I can get that. This is the arcade screen when it starts up. Try to get you to put your quarter in the game. But if you go here in player 1 and we hit a player 2, see when you talk about the sound, when you press it and you hear the ding 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 that goes, player 1 you don't hear that because the game is working properly, but it's just trying to pick up the sound on the other one, and because there's not a separate speaker there, it's just not going to do it. That's something to keep in mind for your purchase if that's something that would really bother you. Same thing happens with the Street Fighter II Turbo. So other than that, I haven't really noticed much with the gameplay being any kind of different than what I remember it being. The game can be challenging, so I have lost some rounds there. Not perfect at the game, but it's exciting to have this in the house and to have a compact something. Especially it was a birthday present, so it may be a little bit sentimental to me, but overall I've been very happy with the purchase. Also, with one other drawback which I've seen, if you go to where someone may sell it, you can kind of see it even more so there, like at the display stands, because they sometimes at the Walmarts they'll put these out and people can try them out. This right here on the control panel has been wearing out. I went to the website and Arcade1, and I actually ordered it today. Arcade1Up is sending out protectors for your control panel. So you have to go and you have to upload your receipt and put some basic information, and then it tells you, hey, thank you for ordering it, and we'll get it to you in about 30 days. So, or before they ship it out. So it's 30 days until they ship to get your order ready, which isn't too bad. So probably just take it easy on the panel with your hands rubbing on it until you get that control panel protector. But overall, I would definitely recommend this for someone that's not a serious hardcore collector. If you're a serious hardcore collector, you probably would rather just save up and buy an actual legit, straight from the back in the day arcade, maybe rebuilt arcade system. It's going to cost you a lot more, but you'll probably be overall happy with it. If you're someone that has kids that you're trying to get into the Street Fighter II Champion Edition or the Street Fighter games, then I do recommend it, because I think this is a really cool bridge gap between a parent and a kid to get to introduce them to the system. I think also that that for if you're someone that just wants to enjoy and kind of have that nostalgia for the arcade games, I definitely think this is for you. But again, maybe not if you're a little too picky about the cabinet and you believe that, or you're really kind of stingy about wanting that old school style and perfect and getting the CRT monitor and everything. But that's my thoughts. I would definitely recommend it, and I'm thinking about eventually getting another one, so to go next to it. So please feel free to leave some comments, because I would love to hear what you guys think of these. If you have one, I would definitely like to hear your experiences with it. If you have any of the other versions of it and you have enjoyed it, or you maybe don't enjoy it, please leave it in the comments below what your thoughts on your experiences with it. We would really appreciate it. Cassie and I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel. And until next time, we'll see you later.